Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about deciding between two universities. I know a lot of you guys have decided which university you want to go for. Maybe a lot of you are still deciding and still contemplating like, hey, I have three admits, which university should I choose? Or maybe some of you are just choosing between two universities, and this video perfectly is going to help you decide on it, or at least get you to a point where you can ask a senior and maybe they can help you with it. Let's look at a case where you are going for a computer science degree or economics degree, or maybe you're going for an MBA. You know that maybe you're going for an MBA after 5 years of your work experience. You know, if you're going for a CS degree, MBA degree, or economics degree, you know that you might be making a lot more when you're graduating. So let's say you go to Columbia or any other Ivy school like Dartmouth or Cornell, and you take out a loan of 90,000, 100,000, or 150,000 US dollars. You know that once you graduate, you will be able to make and recoup that money within 2 years, 3 years maximum. I've seen people with computer science degrees pay back loan much quicker. All right. So that's the case. Those brand value will be associated with you, but what we need to really see here is how that brand value is going to help you in certain degrees and maybe not help you in certain degrees. So brand value works really well, and I made a video 2 years ago, and I really stand by what I said that time, that how brand value works. I'm going to insert that clip right now.
Let's put you in an unknown location. You're thirsty and you see a 7-Eleven. You just have money for one drink and one drink only. You go to the fridge and you see these two drinks. One is Coke and one is some generic drink which you haven't heard before. What would be your first instinct? Well, I would be picking up Coke because I know how it tastes, it's good, it's not some random thing. Now consider yourself as the recruiter, the drink brand as the college, and the actual drink inside the bottle as the student who's looking for a job. The recruiter will choose you over the others because of the brand associated. And it's just not one way. The brand builds because of the student. The student gets more opportunities because of the brand.
Few factors which you might want to consider when you're looking at salaries, when you're looking at potential salaries, is that $120,000 in New York might be equivalent to, let's say, $80,000 in Austin or $80,000 in Midwest. Now, this is not what I'm saying. These are the numbers which are on nerdwallet.com. I'm going to leave the link in description. You can check it out. These numbers are there where they say that $120,000 salary in San Francisco is equivalent to a $150,000 salary in New York, is equivalent 60,000 US dollar salary in Austin or in Phoenix. Now I've inflated the numbers a little bit because again, we are Indians, we don't have families here right away, so we'll be able to save much more. So let's say 120,000 US dollar salary is equivalent to 80,000 US dollar salary in Austin, comparing San Francisco and Austin. The major difference when it comes to salaries are rent, eating out, and transportation. I think these three are the major factors. Because let's say you're living in the Bay Area or living in New York, anywhere your rent would be $1,000 to $1,200 per person per room. While you're living in Austin or Midwest, your room rent would be $600, $500 per room if you're living in a whole apartment yourself. Might be $1,000 depending on the city. It really varies. When you're eating out, San Francisco food costs would be much higher. New York food costs might be lower if you're eating out like in delis, but if you're eating out in restaurants, it might be higher as well. And transportation costs. So if you're buying a car, that's going to add up. If you're buying a nicer car, that's going to add up even more. But if you're living in Bay Area, then you're taking Uber a lot. Maybe you're taking public transportation a lot. And that can also add up to like $200, $300, $400, depending on how far your office is. Now, let's take a case where you're not doing a degree in computer science or economics. Let's say you're doing a degree in mechanical, electrical, or you're doing a degree in construction management. In my case, you are deciding to choose between Stanford and Austin. Like, let's say my example, right? I'm a construction management student. I might have had a dilemma while I was choosing my university that, hey, should I go to Stanford for construction management or should I go to Purdue for construction management? I know Purdue's construction management fees would be like around 35 to 40,000 US dollars, whereas Stanford would be anywhere north of 60, 70, 80,000 dollars. I know construction management students do not make as much salary, and this is the same case for, let's say, mechanical or electrical people. They make an average salary of starting salaries of 75, 80,000 dollars, or even lesser than that. So I might not want to spend that upwards of $80,000 in my education just because of the brand name, when I know that I'll be so much more in debt after I graduate, because my starting salary would be equivalent to that. And I'm backing this by my own experience, by seeing the salaries of people who have graduated from Stanford and who are working in construction management, and who are making equivalent salaries as I'm making right now with my current company while graduating from Purdue. So yeah, the brand value helps, but to what extent? Okay, so if you're looking at a course which is not as high paying, maybe you want to stop and maybe you want to reconsider what brand value would you attach to yourself and how much debt free you would want to be in a longer term. See, I'm not saying that brand value doesn't help. If you're taking a person from IIT Bombay or any of the IITs and comparing it to VIT, of course, that IIT person will be considered more for job applications, for other opportunities as well, just because he's from IIT, and the universities and the companies and everyone consider that if he or she has made it once through, they will be able to make it through later on in life as well, and that brand value gets attached. But when you're looking at these top 10, top 15 universities, which are sort of equivalent, which are top universities in the US, then at what extent your brand value gets attached? At the end of the day, if you are able to perform better in work, that is going to count more. Hey everyone, so I'm gonna end this video right now. I have a major part of this video which I'm going to put out in 24 hours. For now, I really want you to think on what you think about whether you should choose brand or whether you should choose being debt free quicker. It's really up to you, but my job was to plant an idea. My job is to give my perspective on things, and this is what I think about brand versus paying a lot of fees for your university. Stay tuned for the video which is coming in 24 hours. I think that's going to help you break down and make the final decision really quickly. All right, see you in the next one.